Oh, well. It's a good start for the new year. Hey? Guys, first video back. Okay, besides my Sportage one. But that was sort of filmed over the holidays. This is the first car that I'm filming in the new year. And before I kick it off, I want to know from you, because it's a new year, what do you want changed about these videos? What do you love? What do you hate? What do you want to see more of? What do you want to hear more about? And don't say the radio or the music system, because I don't know enough about that. But I'd like to get your feedback, because I don't want these to become really boring. Do you know what I mean? I feel like maybe they're becoming a bit stale. No one wants to stale. No, please, walk in the road. Please. Don't worry, I'll go around you, person with a dog. Come on. Okay, that I also can't help. That's probably going to happen during the videos as well. I probably could edit them out, but why? Okay, so back to this car. I'm in the Honda BRV. Now, when you think of a Honda BRV, I know you're probably thinking Uber, right? Or Bolt or whatever. And I get that, because, you know, those are the sort of cars, they're like the budget-friendly MPVs, right? But what Honda's done now is to move this away from being an MPV. It remains a 7-seater, but they want it to now be more of an SUV. So they've sort of gone, okay, let's take the 7 seats and the practicality from an MPV, but make it look like an SUV, because, well, that's what people want to buy, right? People aren't as interested in MPVs as they are about SUVs, which is a bit of a shame, because I know MPVs aren't exactly, you know, sexy and all that shit, but they are so practical. And this isn't impractical. However, obviously you lose certain practicalities, etc. But anyways, practically speaking, it's okay, the 7 seats, right? But it's really for like kids and a very short distance as an adult in that very last row of seats, okay? And with all those seats up, you obviously don't have a very, very big boot. So that's always I hate that part, like, because then you're going to need a trailer and everything, and let me talk about that in a second. But when you have all the seats down, because the spare wheel is actually under the car, it's pretty cool, because it makes it for quite a big boot, and it's got like a parcel shelf that lowers and lifts and whatever, so you can either have it completely like flat and all that jazz, or you can put shit under that other little parcel vibe. Anyway, so like all kinds of practical stuff. There are cup holders back there for people. There's some pluggy anything, I can't remember, like a socket. I can't remember the word now. And that's what Honda has done with this car, is they've really, I'm in the top of the range, and they've put a lot of spec into it. So you've got climate control, keyless entry, it's got this like artificial leather seating, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, so it's got like 6 airbags and everything. The interior for me overall is fine. I think it feels very well put together, and it feels nice. This screen though, well, it's very simple, and I think it's almost a bit, well, it's not outdated, it's just a bit bleh. Do you know, like, God, sorry, my eyelashes are sticking together, bloody mascara, you know. I find that it needs a little bit more to it. Like, when you're looking at any of, I say competitors, it's hard to like sort of specify specific rivals. But in general, I mean, even cars that are far cheaper than this car have a nicer and more intuitive and more user-friendly infotainment system. So that it just looks a bit aftermarket, you know, like an afterthought, really. So they need to up the game there. Under the bonnet, you've got a 1.5 litre naturally aspirated petrol engine. You get 89 kilowatts of power and 145 newton meters of torque. It's mated to a CVT, which we know what that's like. It is whiny, it is groany, it is a bit irritating, I have to say. And the other problem for me, so now, come, change gear. It needs a bit more power, because when I spoke about a trailer earlier, because now if you've got 7 people in this car, and then obviously a trailer, because where are you going to put everything? Come on, change. manual, I mean, I don't know. Then it's going to be a very slow drive to wherever you're going, I think. And that's really, it needs like a little bit more oomph to it. The fuel consumption is claimed in like the low 6s. I'm sitting at 7.9 and I haven't been driving like a hooligan. You know, I've maybe had Luca in the car. Speaking of which, that's the other thing. So in order for him to have a bit of legroom, this person loses quite a bit of legroom. Bit of a pain. But yeah, 7.9 litres, you could probably get that down closer to 7, but nowhere near 6. Low 6, I can tell you. Over! Guys, when you're going up to a robot, I've said this 1,000 times, don't brake so that we miss the robot. Be cautious, obviously, but now, cool. What happens is you brake, it then goes orange and you bloody shoot through and I'm the arsehole left behind. Not okay. One of the cool things it does have is the blind spot camera. So as I put my indicator on to the left, not to the right. Okay, someone's going to explain that to me, I know. But it shows you your blind spot that you might not be able to see. I also think, blind spot, it's actually very cool for, especially if you live where I live, because you've often got cyclists and stuff. That's another topic we don't need to talk about or bring up. But it's just nice because you can see if there's maybe a cyclist coming and you're about to turn left and you don't see them. Pretty cool for that, I think. Now, the reason I mentioned that this doesn't really have like specific rivals is because of its price point. My goodness, that's why. Oh my gosh, that's a pet hate of mine, and it's not the only car that has it, but the CVT and this specific kind of gearbox is when you put it into drive, there's the sport mode. For God's sake, sport mode in BRV, come on. So that what happens is I put it in to drive. I go like, vroom, I don't want to look every time. And then I drive and it's like revving very high. And then I look, eventually I figure out that it's because I'm in sport, not drive. It's really irritating. Maybe just for me, but I don't think so. So this is priced at 460,000 Rand. There is obviously the more entry-level models that go for in the 300s. But so this is quite a bit more expensive than, say, a Suzuki Ertiga or Toyota Rivian. Silly names. But it is cheaper than a Grand Creta, okay? So it doesn't really have anything else that's in this specific price range with 7 seats, etc. So it's a little bit like lost, if you will, because I can't really fault it too much. Like, it's a great car from Honda, but I just don't know if I would say to somebody who's looking at something like an Ertiga and say, oh, well, no, get the BRV, you're going to need that. Because in practical terms, I would say they're pretty much the same. And this obviously has more spec and feels maybe ever so slightly a little bit more upmarket. But I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah, and if you pull out in front of me, best you off. You don't pull out in front of me and then go like 60 k's an hour. Yes, I'm talking to you.